In the midst of America's deeply polarized political landscape, where truth is often obscured by competing narratives, few figures have embodied the chaos and contradictions of the era as starkly as Donald Trump. From his rise as a reality TV star to his tumultuous presidency and post-office legal battles, Trump's career has been built on spectacle, resentment, and a mastery of media manipulation. Yet as his empire of illusions begins to crumble, under the weight of legal defeats, economic fallout, and eroding public trust, the lasting damage to...
How does this affect me? They see that the elites who ruined their lives hate Trump. Corporate America hates Trump. Wall Street hates Trump. The career politicians hate Trump. The media hates Trump after they loved him and created him, and now hate him. Thank you, media. The enemy of my enemy.
The birth of American democracy, institutions, and global standing is becoming impossible to ignore. The blueprint of deception, from birtherism to fake news. Long before his presidency, Trump perfected the art of weaponizing misinformation. The birther conspiracy, his relentless campaign to delegitimize Barack Obama's presidency by falsely claiming he wasn't born in the U.S., was a trial run for his later tactics. As filmmaker Michael Moore noted, Trump didn't just exploit fake news, he was one of its pioneers. By repeating bold lies with unwavering confidence, he demonstrated that disinformation, when amplified by media and partisan echo chambers.
Fake news that he's one of the founders of in the Obama era. So he created the fake news of the...
Barack Obama is not a citizen,
and he said that there was intelligence.
That's right. He was called by a reputable...
source that there was intelligence. Right. He himself was going to... He was hiring investigators to support his fake news. In fact, he is the godfather of this decade's fake news. This is for him now to say fake news.
Could reshape reality for millions. This strategy became the cornerstone of his political career. Whether peddling the myth of his business genius despite multiple bankruptcies, or casting himself as a working-class hero while living in a gold-plated Manhattan penthouse, Trump sold an image divorced from facts. His supporters, many of them disillusioned.
It's not a proud day for this country. How could it be a proud day when a man who was not elected by the people becomes president of the United States? How does that happen? Listen, the man is a malignant narcissist, all right? That's a dangerous combination to have a narcissist like that who's elected to public office, because he's only thinking about himself. He's only thinking, how does this affect me?
By economic decline and cultural shifts, embraced him not despite his lies, but because of them. As Moore observed, when elites, corporations, and the media despised Trump, his base saw him as their avenger, the enemy of my enemy. The reality TV presidency, governing by spectacle.
You know, when whoever has the most points wins, right? Tottenham 2, Chelsea 1. Who won that game? I'm just asking you, factually, who won that game?
In that case, Tottenham.
Tottenham won. All right. Now, how odd would it be if you on the news that night said, Chelsea won today with one goal and Tottenham got 2?
But what are you going to do about it?
This makes no sense.
Trump's presidency operated like a never-ending season of The Apprentice, where drama replaced governance and loyalty trumped competence. His policies were often impulsive tweets, trade wars launched without strategy, foreign policy dictated by personal grudges, and cruelty institutional
and exploited.
Because when he starts to cause harm to our fellow Americans, people are going to rise up. They're not going to take this. They're not going to take it from a guy that did not get a majority of the votes of the people of this country. So, you know, and his thin skin, too, could be his undoing.
As policy, e.g., family separations at the border. Behind the chaos, however, his administration quietly dismantled safeguards, rolling back environmental protections, selling public lands to corporations, and silencing scientists. The consequences, dirtier air, polluted water, and a climate crisis ignored, will outlast his tenure. Economically,
a systematic assault on America's institutions.
These days, Donald Trump is very busy doing a whole bunch of other things that we're not paying attention to. Today, Donald Trump's EPA did something that will suffer from years from now that we don't even know right now. His Interior Department sold off land of ours to people that shouldn't have it. His agricultural part, I mean, just go down all the cabinet departments. Every day there is something going on, and we are very caught up in the large things that he's doing, threatening North Korea, refusing to acknowledge what happened this weekend, what really happened. And I just want to be the one to point out that take this horror moment that we're in and times it by 20, times it by 200. That's what's going on in every federal agency under his control every single day.
This is also the most...
His promises collapsed under scrutiny. The vaunted trade war with China, pitched as a win for American workers, backfired spectacularly. Studies confirm tariffs were effectively taxes paid by U.S. consumers, spiking prices on everything from groceries to steel. Farmers, once his staunch allies, required billions in bailouts after losing their largest export markets. Meanwhile, the national debt soared, and his tax cuts disproportionately benefited the wealthy.
Motion.
None of what he said was true, but that didn't matter. He knew how to communicate to the American public. He knew how to tell them what they wanted to hear. He went all over Wisconsin the last week saying, I'm going to make you all rich. I'm going to make you all rich. You're going to make you all rich. Well, geez, who wouldn't like to hear that, right? Right? Ma'am, how do I look tonight? How do I look? What would you say? Amazing. Thank you. I don't know whether that's true or not, but it really made me feel good. And that's how he worked, right? He knew how to do it because he was a TV star.
The values that...
The blue-collar billionaire narrative unraveled, revealing a president whose policies exacerbated inequality. The legal reckoning. Cracks in the facade. Trump's lifelong avoidance of accountability is now colliding with the justice system.
Knowledge whatsoever.
He was already a beloved American TV star. Do you realize in the first year, I'm talking about The Apprentice, by the way, the looks on your face, you know. He was the host of a show called The Apprentice. How many people in here watched The Apprentice every week when Donald Trump was on? Can I see a show of 1, 2, 3, 4 in the balcony? Oh my God. You realize that his first year on the air, on some of those shows, that first season, he had over 40 million viewers. Last week on TV, the largest rated show was America's Got Talent. Not ironically titled, by the way, it's actually, it's a real show. It had 13.1 million viewers. He had 40 million people watching this. And I realized, I guess this isn't that crowd. But I want to tell you, in between the Hudson River and La Cienega Boulevard, there are a lot of people that loved him because he knew how to keep it simple, stupid, right?
40 million viewers.
Recent years have seen an unprecedented legal storm. Civil cases, a $450+ million fraud judgment for inflating asset values, $88 million in damages for defamation and sexual abuse. Criminal charges, 88 felony counts across 4 indictments, including election interference, classified document mishandling, and hush money payments. Symbolic